Sorry for the wait, people. It's quite a well-known fact that as far as collectibles go, Japan gets all the best stuff. So let's take a look at what's Japan exclusive in comparison to the wider released Palisades and NECA offerings.
This figure is so perfect! Ah!
Shut up! I'm trying to read!
The sculpting is flawless and blows the Palisades one out of the planet. Just compare his skin texture to the smooth, tiny-headed Palisades figure. There's just no doubt which figure looks better. Standing at a massive 10.5 inches tall, he's also way bigger than the Palisades figure, which brings up the question, is he too big to fit with the NECA figures? That is a matter of opinion, since Nemesis' height changes constantly, but I would say he is just about manageable. Sometimes Nemesis is depicted as a towering behemoth, and sometimes just a little bit taller than Michael Jordan, so in my book he works alright. In terms of the sculpt work, this figure is a work of art. His blistery skin is wonderfully textured and the likeness is just so spot on. Not so sure why there is a pinkish tint around his upper chest area though. His coat is made out of soft rubber, so it doesn't get too much in the way of his articulation. Speaking of articulation, this bombastic behemoth has quite a good range of motion, especially in comparison to the other figures from the same line. He has a really weird neck swivel that's only good for tilting his head in a confused manner, like he didn't quite understand your question. Ball-jointed shoulders that are a bit limited because of the coat strap and the tentacle, but you can unplug this tentacle right here to get a full 360 spin on it. The side-to-side motion is quite limited, but it's nothing I'm really that bothered about. He's also got a single-jointed bicep joint that bends to about 90 degrees and both his hands rotate. Under his coat is a waist swivel that goes all the way around. There are also V-type hips and knee joints. The good thing about this is that you can actually get a decent walking pose out of him, and because his feet are so big, he balances pretty well. For accessories, Nemesis comes with his trusty rocket launcher, 2 extra hands that I can't show because I bought mine loose on eBay, and an alternate head with a movable jaw. I wouldn't recommend using it as your default head though, because he has a slight underbite, but it's a very cool additional little extra. There are a few variations of this figure. There is one that was in a 2-pack with Carlos, that has some bloodstains over the coat. There's one limited edition all-silver variant, and then there's the Type 2 figure, which is basically the same figure but without the coat. Personally, I would go for this one because this is the most iconic look, like no blood, no oversized knobhead like in the movie, no crying, no emotion, just a relentless pursuing tower of destruction. Closing thoughts, is it a good figure? Ooh, yes it is! 9 out of 10.